Hello, this is Greg Ayler and Jared Klimple with Texas Hills Realty, bringing you Realty Talk, where we discuss real estate topics about property in Fredericksburg, Gillespie County, and the Central Texas Hill Country. We're located at 502 East Main in Fredericksburg. That's the northeast corner of Main and Elk, right behind the old 1931 red and black Ford truck with the chicken on back. We have 5 amazing agents, including Malin Williams, Phil Fry, Andrew Harvey, Joe Kostelski, and me, Greg Ayler. Each week we bring you current real estate information or market updates or things you might ask us about when we bump into you at the Oktoberfest event coming up soon. Of course, if you ever have any questions about real estate, call us at 830-997-6123 or just email us at info@txhillsrealty.com. Well, Jared, here we are knocking on the door to October. It is fall in Fredericksburg, and the weather tends to cool off. Sometimes it gets a little wetter. Gosh, we are so thankful for the wonderful rain. As you know, a lot of people were hurt by the hurricanes, and really that's affected people here in Fredericksburg as well. They have friends, relatives down there. But we were fortunate to have a slow, steady rain without all the drama. And the country in the Central Texas Hill Country area is looking so good. All those hunters with deer plots recently planted, they'll be smiling. There'll be enough warm weather left that their wildlife food plots should be leaping out of the ground with this last round of moisture. I'm seeing a lot of hunting rigs passing by on Main Street, loaded down with four-wheelers, deer feeders, hunting blinds, and a pallet loaded with deer cord. Like I said before, fall is my favorite time of year in the Hill Country. I know a lot of people lease land to hunt on, and they have a wonderful time out on these leases. Many can't wait to hear that crackling fire get going and have the chance just to relax with their friends and family. I hope you all get to share some of those moments this fall. Just think, it's not bitter cold. Everyone's in a good mood. You can always tell exaggerated stories, sometimes known as flat-out hunter lies, or you can make fun of your best friend or your brother-in-law from UT because your school has a better football season record. And you can stir that pot of beans on the fire while your buddy dabs the sauce on the steak, sizzling over the coals. Your grandkids are excited about picking out their Halloween costumes, and lots of folks in the Hill Country are planning to enjoy Oktoberfest or the Food and Wine Fest. I think both these are coming up pretty soon.
Yes, Greg. Oktoberfest will be held October 6th through 8th, Friday through Sunday.
Let's see, the Food and Wine Fest comes up on the 4th Saturday in October. I believe that's October 28th this year. Anyway, those two are around the corner, and folks will be real excited to enjoy some of those, and I hope everyone will think about going, or maybe you'll know some other people that are going. Some people enjoy our piece of the Hill Country enough that they're ready to make a move, and others are ready to make an investment in land to call their own. Some want to buy land now to hunt on, and maybe down the road, build on it when they get a little closer to retirement.
That's not a bad idea either, because land is probably not going to get any cheaper down the road.
Well, it's good you brought that up, Jared. Let's talk about some of that acreage in the Hill Country today. And some of these people, especially some of these hunting people, might enjoy that. Jared, tell me what I'd be looking at on a small tract in Gillespie County. Let's say, 10 to 30 acres or so.
Sure thing, Greg. So, of the 10 to 50 acre properties, there are about 85 to 90 listings in Gillespie County, with the low being $182,000 and the high being almost $3 million. But the average is actually pretty good on the lower side. It's about $600,000, and the median is about $434,000.
Now, Jared, all these numbers come from the Central Hill Country Board of Realtors MLS as of today, which is September 28th, 2017. Is that correct?
That's correct, Greg. And one other interesting fact is that if you're looking for a property under $500,000, there's about 58 in Gillespie County that are under that, and about 25 that are under $300,000.
Well, so there's some inventory out there. Tell you what, Jared, tell me how many you find. What's some of the lower prices you find on there? Are you finding some, say, under $200,000?
Yes, sir. There are a couple on here that are under $200,000. The lowest one being $186,000.
Okay, so there's some affordable pieces out there. I mean, if a person just wants to be in the country and have a little bit of area he can hunt on, you might take a look around because, believe it or not, even in Gillespie County, we do have some.
So let me tell you about some of these properties that we found under 200,000.
Under 200, you found some under 200 here in Gillespie County.
I know it's surprising to hear, isn't it? So this very first one that we found is a little over 180,000. 14 acres priced at about 13,000 per acre. Let me read some of the stuff about it. Fantastic views with great hunting on it, with the view of Enchanted Rock. So that'd be a nice little thing to tell your buddies whenever you're out there showing off your trophy buck.
You know, and that's what I was talking about. Sometimes people want to buy something that can kind of hunt on now, and maybe later they come up and they decide they want to build on it. What else did you find?
This one's actually close to Harper. This one again is priced a little over 180,000. Almost 30 acres priced at 6,000 per acre. With paved county road frontage and good cover for wildlife, this would be a perfect place to hunt.
Sounds like it would be.
And on our last one under 200,000, also near Harper, a little over 30 acres priced at a little over 6,000 per acre.
Yeah, that one's got good cover, and I'm just tickled to see that we still have some inventory there, Jared, under 200. Well, Jared, I'm finding some other properties out there that might also make good hunting tracks. Here's one about 36 acres, priced at $6,500 an acre. This one's out west of town, probably closer, a little bit closer to Harper than to here. So that one looks like it would be pretty decent for hunting on. Some good cover on these sites here. I don't know if hunters want to try to do something before the season, but if they do, they got to get with it. You know, that's coming up here near the beginning of November, I believe. I'm seeing another tract here out on the old Tivydale Road. This one's at 6,500. Again, about 37 acres. Some good hunting country out there. Probably some big bucks running over that place. But you know, as we were discussing in the shop here some, I've got another tract here, a little over 12 acres. This one is in the southeast part of the county. All of a sudden, that price jumps up. We've been talking about $6,500 an acre, and now we're at $20,400 an acre. You know, some of these sites are a little bit more geared towards a building site for the highest and best use. And oh, by the way, you might be able to hunt on it, but you wouldn't be buying. Most people wouldn't be buying one like that just to do the hunting on it. There's another one. This is a little more formal subdivision. It's 13 acres at $18,500 an acre. There again, we're leaning more towards a building site. I'm still staying under 250,000, and I find this one about 30 acres for a little over $15,000 an acre. This one's out west. Believe me, there's some good bucks out there in the woods, and it's thick out there on this site. Now I'm starting to creep over the $250,000 line some, and I find one at just under 10,000 acre, 26 acres, out towards Harper. You know, when you find some of these that are a little bit higher priced, some of them also, occasionally you find some with well. I spotted one or two in our list here that have well, septic, electricity, everything ready to go. And by the way, we have some coming up, some listings of our own coming up that will have electricity, decent road frontage, and great area for hunting. Absolutely great. Nothing on the property. So I expect that will hit at a good marketable price, and I hope that we'll have a few phone calls about that property. That'll be out in the Adobe Creek Road area, which would be in the northwest part of the county. I've spotted a little one here, still under 300,000. This one's 27 acres, and it's got a little spring on it. That's always kind of nice when you can add some natural water on a piece. That one's going for a little over 275,000. You know, and then as I get into some that are more expensive, I'm hitting the 300 range now. I think this one's out close to you, Jared. It's off of the northwest part of the county, and it says that it's got a nice little well, more than 20 gallons a minute on it. It's got everything pretty much ready to go. So all they'd have to do is move out there and start building the way that one looks. And Jared, here's one that's even more interesting. I found one here for under 400. This one's actually under 380. It's just about 20 acres. It doesn't have any surface water, but it's near the Pedernales River. And it has a house on it. 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. Perfect for a hunting retreat. Let's say you need a cabin to get out of the cold wind or the driving rain sometime, and you got a place to stay with this one. Or you might find people that want to live. This one's even got a barn. It is a livable home. And so there may be some folks out there that want something like that. If they want to move to that now, hunt a little bit, and then maybe find a home closer to town after they've been here for a while. Okay, Jared, we've been talking about some of the smaller tracks. You know, some of these guys really want a bigger track, one they can really get out, put some corn feeders out and drive a little Jeep or a four-wheeler around. Tell me about some of those in the 100 to 250 acre range. What does it look like here in Gillespie County, Jared?
Sure thing, Greg. So in Gillespie County, we have 19 listings. The average list price is almost $2 million, about 1.8 million. And of those 19 listings, 4 are under $1 million, Greg.
Okay, so there's some that are, I don't know if everybody can call that affordable, but it's still within reach. You know, our prices here tend to be a little bit higher in Gillespie County than some places, and we're going to cover a couple of those counties in just a moment here. But tell me what a property might look like, Jared, under $1 million, say, but it's at least 100 acres here in Gillespie County. Give me some ideas of what we got.
Let me go into some of these that are priced under $1 million. We actually got one out near Harper, priced at about $6,000 per acre, and it's 113 acres. This would be perfect for hunting any kind of deer, hogs, or turkey, anything that you want to hunt this year. Now we got another one that's actually here in Fredericksburg. 101 acres, priced at about $8,300 per acre.
Boy, that one looks like it's only, that's less than 10 miles from town.
Looks like it, Greg. Now this one has a little bit higher average price, but here's why. It's got an almost 2,000 square foot, 2-story home on it.
Well, you know, if you have the home, even if it's not in perfect condition, it's something to start with, and it's something to get you out of the bad weather if it gets cold or wet, and you can still do your hunting the next morning.
And heck, it's even got a private well on it, Greg. I'd say this one's a good deal.
Sounds like a deal ready to go. What else have you got, Jared?
Well, this one actually caught my attention. Almost $1 million, 140 acres, priced at about $7,000 per acre. But here's the catcher. Great hunting consisting of whitetail, axis, black buck, and hogs.
I've seen some of the black buck around. It seems like we're getting more and more of them, and I can see how people would enjoy that as a game animal. What else have you got, Jared?
Our very last one priced under $1 million is about 120 acres at about $8,000 an acre. Lots of wildlife, including deer, turkey, and hogs, run this acreage.
Okay, so we do have some properties under $1 million here that, you know, some of the larger properties. You know, I think that there's also properties in the nearby counties, which are also part of the Central Hill Country. There's Mason and Kimball County, for instance. And I think we'll take a look at some of those next. Did you find something in the nearby counties, Jared, in that 101 to 250 size?
Well, let's see. In Mason and Kimball County, it looks like there's 9 listings with an average of $840,000 and a median of about $867,000.
I know I found one I stumbled across. This one's in Mason County, and it was priced at less than $4,000 an acre. It's like $3,850 an acre, a couple hundred acres out there. Wasn't a bad piece of property. I think you'll find all kinds of game on something like that. And that's part of our MLS territory. You know, if people were looking for properties like that, we can look those up for you. We can find them on the MLS, and by golly, we can get you the information to help you make a decision. Well, Jared, thanks for helping me and looking up some of these nice, fine hunting properties. People need to get ready. That season's right around the corner. I just want to say again that the Food and Wine Fest is one of my favorite personal events here. That's coming up in October. I've had a crew volunteering there for some 20 years now, and every year they come back. They have so much fun. They're not a bunch of winos, really, I promise. But they really enjoy meeting the crowd, and a lot of them like to start off their Christmas shopping season at this because there's a lot of things that you can pick up, you know, that you won't always find in a box store. Back to real estate. How can our listeners get more information on market updates or current listings? Well, they need to get a hold of one of our agents here. If you'd like to know anything about any of our listings, or if you want us to look up any other listing you know about, just call one of our agents, and that'll help you save some time and effort. We also do our best to locate properties for you to suit your individual needs, and we know where to go in order to get more details, which will help you make a solid decision. Visit with one of our agents, Joe Kostelski, Phil Fry, Andrew Harvey, Malin Williams, or me, Greg Ayler. Of course, the consultation is free, and at Texas Hills Realty in Fredericksburg, we can help you with an objective bit of information to help you make a fine decision, buying or selling. Texas Hills Realty agents have been performers in Fredericksburg and the Central Hill Country for almost 23 years. So we know the ropes, we know the country, and we know how to speak to both the locals and those moving into the area. Realty Talk is brought to you by Texas Hills Realty, LLC, on Saturday mornings, usually around 9:45, and on Sundays. We appreciate your support. And as I said, we're always easy to find at 502 East Main, right behind the 1931 red and black Ford pickup with the chickens on back. If you have any questions, give us a call at 830-997-6123 or email us at info@txhillsrealty.com. To see our listings, go to txhillsrealty.com, where we like to say we help natives sell and others become natives.